Hey everybody, welcome back to Me's Paint Bar. We're here to teach you how to create a very cute cactus. These are my materials I am working with today. I have an 8x10 canvas panel. These are my paints that I'm working with: yellow, green, red, brown, black, and white. I have a can for some water for my brushes and some paper towels. Also something to mix up my paint on. I recommend at least 3 different types of brushes: a nice flat brush that's nice and big, a pointy brush that's great for drawing, and a medium brush that's something in between. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and mix up my background color first. Now you're more than welcome to customize it however you like, but today we're going to be creating a nice lime green. First thing I'm going to do is start off with a nice big scoop of white paint with my big square flat brush. Then I'm going to grab a half a scoop of yellow. So I have a big scoop of white, half a scoop of yellow, and then I'm just going to dip the tip of my brush in green. So it's going to be mostly white, some yellow, and a very small touch of green. This is a color that you can play with. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow to mine. I'm liking this color. And with this background color, we're going to fill in our entire background. Beautiful. Now that our background is done, we do need to let our painting dry before we add anything on top. Wonderful. Now that our painting is dry, we're going to go ahead and figure out the shape of our cactus. Now, you might want yours to be really thick and round, or you might want yours to be tall and have an arm of some sort. If you're going to follow me, we're going to go ahead and mark out how tall and wide our cactus is going to be. We're going to be mixing up a more, not grassy green, but we're going to be adding some more green to our background color that we have. So adding a little bit more green, a little bit more yellow, making something of a true lime slime green. All right, so first thing we're going to do is mark out the center of our canvas with a dot. Then from there, we're going to figure out how tall we want our cactus to be. For me, I'm going to leave about 2 inches at the top of my canvas. And then I want my cactus to come down a little bit more than the halfway point, maybe another inch down below that. And I think I want my cactus to be about a hand's width wide. So I'm going to put my hand here, and then I'm going to put a dot on either side of my hand. And from there, along this bottom, you're going to draw a little smiley face shape. On the top, you're going to draw a rainbow shape. And then from there, you're going to connect the dots. You can always work to finesse this shape out. The first shape that you get is not always the final shape you might end up with. I have something somewhat of like an egg. And it's okay if it's not perfect. No cactus is. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in with that green. If you want to switch to a bigger brush to fill it in, you totally can. Then I'm going to be making a true grass green with a scoop of yellow and a scoop of green, mixing those up on the side. While this cactus is still wet, we are going to be doing some blending. We're going to be creating those ribs that go along the edge of your cactus. So first, I'm going to start off with a smiley face at the top. Then I'm going to be drawing a line down the center. Then from there, I'm going to go over an inch on the left, draw a curved line out and back in, and do the opposite thing on the right side. And then draw a line on the edge with a curve. Right now, it kind of looks like a watermelon. From there, get a clean brush, and you're just going to work those lines in a little bit so that they blend in more. You can always go back and add some darker areas that are less blended. And then I'm going to make a very, very small bit of even darker green with adding a little bit of black to my green and yellow paint till we get something around here. And this is just going to go in a couple of areas right here at the top on this smiley face shape. And just a tiny bit along a couple of points on those darker green edges. All right. We're going to go ahead and get a clean brush, and the next step is going to be drawing out our pot. We're going to be mixing up a nice tan color with a scoop of white and a scoop of brown, and I'm still using my pointy brush. I might even add a little bit of yellow to mine and make it more warm in color. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so to draw out our pot, we want to go ahead and figure out just how tall it's going to be. For me, I'm just going to leave about an inch down at the bottom. And then I'm going to draw a smiley face that's about as wide as my cactus. From there, we're going to be drawing lines that go upwards and at a slight outward angle. All right, perfect. Then we're going to draw a smiley's face and bring the smiley face lines out just a little bit from the pot. From the end of those lines, we're going to be drawing a line upwards, just about an inch, such 1.5 inches. And then we're going to draw another smiley face across to connect those 2 points. Last bit to our pot. At this top corner on both sides, we're going to draw a curved upward line in and meet the cactus. Once you have the basic shape, play with those edges, sharpen it up a little bit if you need to, and then you can fill it in with this light brown. Now I'm not going to fill in these little corners. That is where I'm going to have my soil. So it's going to be a darker brown that we're going to put in there once we're done filling in this pot. Perfect. Now we're actually going to be using some black paint to go ahead and put in the soil. We'll put brown on top of it once it's dry to add that brown dark soil color look. So black paint. Just going to go ahead and fill in these corners. Take your time. This is a small area. Now from there, we're going to give our soil some shape, and it's going to come in front of our cactus a little bit. So kind of here on the edges, I might add some lumps and bumps. I add some lumps and bumps in front of the cactus. I'm going to bring a thin line of it in front of this cactus here, and add some more lumps and bumps here on the other side. Wonderful. All right, so next we're going to be adding all of the little prickly little sticks that come out of our cactus. I'm going to be using my tiniest pointy brush, and we're going to be mixing up a nice dark green. If you don't have any more from when we made the dark green for your cactus, you can mix up some more with a scoop of yellow, a scoop of green, and a very small bit of black. Beautiful. From there, we're going to be drawing out our little prickly sticks. Starting with the edges, we're going to have it come out like grass. You're going to start on your cactus and flick outwards. You have a couple of group of 3s, maybe even like a group of 4 if you want to. Have some coming up off the top. Now, the little prickly sticks that are in the center of our cactus, we will want them to kind of shoot out from a center point like sun rays, but not actually start at a center point. So I'll demonstrate here an example. Start with just a line somewhere shooting out. We're going to draw another line, not touching that one, but basically as if this little section is the sun. You're going to have sun rays beam out and away from that point. We're going to do that all over. Okay, we are almost done with our cactus. We're going to take a small break and come back down to the pot. We're going to be adding a couple of shadows underneath the pot for our cactus with a little brown and red mixed together. We're going to add a couple of lines here on the side, underneath. And then I'm also going to add a couple of black lines in there as well. Next up, I'm going to be using some just straight brown paint to add a couple of lines to define the pot of our plant. I'm going to start along this outside edge. Feel free to be a little messy with it. Then we're going to go around the outside edge of the lip of our pot. Remember that smiley face shape? Along that back line. And then we're going to give a highlight to our pot by adding some more white paint to the main color of our pot. Adding a couple of highlights here on the side with little curved lines and one here at the top. All right, now we're going to make that soil look like soil by taking some brown paint and just layering it on top of the black. No rhyme or rhythm to it. Just kind of laying it on there, dabbing it on there. And there we have some nice soil. Last part of our painting is the flower at the top of the cactus. I'm going to be using a medium brush that's round at the end. It's okay if yours is more flat or squared off. And we're going to be mixing up a nice hot pink. All right. Nice hot / Barbie pink. And we're going to start off by making a circle where we want the center of our flower to be. So off here at the top right corner, that's the center of my flower. And from there, I'm going to add a couple of petals by starting at the tip of my petal and then bringing it down to that center. Beautiful. Then we're going to make an even darker pink. I'm going to add some red, maybe even a touch of black. And we're going to define some of our petals. On these petals along the outside, we're just going to draw a line on the tip of our petals. And then we're going to draw a couple of rainbow shapes or little loops here in the center. Last step are all the little tiny yellow dots in the center of our flower. So I'm going to take a clean brush, grab some yellow and white paint, mix those together, and I'm just going to dot a couple of these in a nice cluster here in the center of my flower. And that's it, you did it. You guys created a very cute cactus, all potted up and beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and make sure to sign your paintings when you are finished so everyone knows that you made it. We would love to see your finished paintings. You can drop them in the comments below or tag us on social media at Please Paint Bar. If you really loved the tutorial and would like to see more from our channel, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.